Can we dance in the moonlight, hold hands if the mood's right, make plans to the sunrise and sleep till noon. I'll take you to the beach, get our toes wet, leave after sunset, and I would do it all again, cause I don't want my day to end with
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I will be reading Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is my first ever dark academia book. I just finished reading her Shadow and Bone trilogy. I don't know what to expect for this book, but I've heard really good things about it. Very early first impressions. I didn't like the way that Leigh started Shadow and Bone. I felt like it was just jumping too quickly into a scene between two characters that we know nothing about. But the first line of Ninth House is, by the time Alex managed to get the blood out of her good wool coat, it was too warm to wear it. If that isn't a catchy first line. Not me falling asleep before having read a single page. So we're gonna resume from where we left off yesterday, which is page 1. The prologue is so captivating. You want to know what the hell happened to Alex. It's definitely piqued my interest. A quick little update. I don't know how much I can read in the next couple days. It's Sunday today. I have a final on Tuesday. I had a term paper due tomorrow, but it was moved to Thursday. So I'm really just gonna be focusing on those things. I'll try to read before bed every day, but as you saw, I do have a tendency to fall asleep. I'll bring my book with me to Starbucks. I'm going to Starbucks now. I'll film if I read, but I most probably will start reading after Thursday. And I read 20 pages this morning. So far it's okay. I don't love the vibe of the story. I don't know if dark academia is my thing, but I will continue reading and try to finish the book if I can. If I don't like it, then just DNF. I tried to read a bit today at Starbucks, but I'm realizing that I really don't have time. So I'm gonna be putting my book on pause. Today is Sunday, from Monday until Thursday or Friday, because I really just have to focus on my deadline. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. So I did not end up reading at Starbucks. I also have not done much for my term paper, which is a bit concerning because it's 8 o'clock right now. And so I have my monster here so that I can pull another 3-hour night. And while I eat dinner, I'm gonna read a bit of Ninth House just to get my mind out of school school related stuff. So I'm on chapter 2 and it seems I'm gonna meet Daniel Arlington. Let's get to reading. Cheers! I only have like 20 minutes, so let's see how much I can read in 20 minutes.
From far away she looks so good. Grew up in the same neighborhood, and that's how to rush.
Alex Stern is Galaxy Stern? Oh, okay, yeah. It says it on the cover. In my head, I was like, who the hell is Galaxy Stern?
Never broke a bone, so I'm gonna try hard to prove you wrong.
I have some protein pasta and I have Ninth House. I can finally sit down and read for a bit. I also still have my thesis and some lab tasks due today, so I can't read for that long. Oh. And Bookly has a readathon starting today at 8, so I'll probably read a bit more once the readathon starts.
That I'm not who I used to be. I'm not living at 17. Let's go. She's like a primrose. You're never taking me alive, so come close. And I know why you said it, 'cause I'm reading every word in your voice. Now I'm not who I used to be. And maybe it's a good thing, got a good thing coming, it's a good thing. That we're not who we used to be.
Quick little update. So I'm on chapter 7. I'm 1/4 of the way into the book. I think it's not as captivating to me as, let's say, Sarah J Maas's books are. It has a nice dark gothic tone to it though. I'm just really interested in the homicide that Alex was part of. I wonder about that whole situation with Tara. I feel like there was more to it, and I feel like maybe it could be connected to the homicide that Alex was a survivor of, because she says it's like deja vu. And I also wonder what happened to Darlington. There's just like some things that keep compelling me to continue reading, but overall I don't dislike it, but I don't love it either. I'm feeling like very neutral about it. I just want to find out where Darlington is, what happened during the homicide, and what's going on with this murder. But besides that, I don't know if this type of writing style is for me. It's a bit hard for me to follow, a bit too sophisticated, a bit too architectural, but I do find it really interesting that Leigh can write such different novels like Shadow and Bone. It's a very YA, it's very easy to understand and very quick to read through, whereas Ninth House is so complicated. I feel like it's purely adult, very sophisticated in the writing.
Maybe that's a good thing.
So tempted to look up information about Darlington to see where he went and why he's disappeared. That's my toxic trait. I like looking on the wiki pages and then I just end up spoiling things for myself, and that's how I spoiled the Caravel series.
Sometimes I'm alone.
What?
I wish that you lived closer. Maybe then I feel
this book needs trigger warnings. When Alex was talking about her field trip with Megan and her getting her period, sets the context for people who know what I'm talking about but doesn't spoil anything. The scene that happened after, it like shook me to the core, because even though she's 12 years old here, to me the way she was acting was like an 8-year-old having that happen to them without knowing what's happening, without anyone coming to help, being so confused and so lost and so vulnerable. And it like broke my heart to know that she had to go through that. And now I understand why she was so angry at Leigh for letting her continue to see these ghosts just so they can monitor her without giving her the tools to help her. I never want to pick it up because it's not my type of book. It's so dark, it's so depressing, and there's like no romance in it, so it's really hard for me to get started on this book, which is also why I haven't been reading as much lately. But it starts getting really interesting at chapter 7 and I can't put this book down. It's been an hour and 53 minutes that I've been reading and I cannot put the book down. And I think it's because there are these dual POVs, and not that I don't care about Darlington, but I kind of want to skip to his chapters just to see what's happening with Alex. Like, I am hooked. I cannot stop reading, and I have my thesis to do, I have lab tasks to do, and I have work in an hour. I just read about Darlington's childhood and I never expected this from him because of the image he gives off. I like that Leigh gave her characters a very real, very 3D and dark and unfortunate past because it gives them a lot more depth. But yeah, was not expecting that for Darlington. My little update for today, I have this much left of the book. I didn't enjoy it as much at the beginning, but ever since these like plot twists have been dropping, I feel like I've really started to be invested in the story. I read for 96 minutes and I have work a bit later, but I also have to edit a video now. I can't continue reading even though I'm so close. I just finished reading Ninth House. Took me quite a while, didn't have time to just sit and read. I feel like Leigh is not very strong in the beginning of a book. For Shadow and Bone and for Ninth House, the beginning was just like, okay, let me get through this. I know it gets better, so I'm just gonna bear with this. But as soon as you're into the book, it's like plot twist after plot twist after plot twist, and you never see these things coming, and they're so subtle in the way that she introduces the plot twist. It's like as if like passing by, she's like, oh, by the way, this happened. And I think she was really good in Ninth House. It was just so captivating and the plot twists were so mind-blowing and also so subtle. I love the way she just like includes like a random plot twist in there, but it's like the biggest plot twist ever. Not me thinking that the cover of Hellbent was a chameleon. I really would like to read Hellbent now, but because I've bought close to 30 books in the past 2 months, I honestly don't think it's a good idea for me to be buying it right now. Also, it's only out in hardcover and I don't like when one book in the series is paperback and the other one is hardcover. Alex Stern has the ability to see what they call greys, which are ghosts, and she's mixed in with a really bad crowd. She is the only survivor in a multiple homicide, and she ends up in the hospital following the homicide. And one day the dean of some secret society of Yale comes to offer her a full ride to Yale, but she has to join their society. So this society is called leigh. The leigh society manages the 8 secret societies that they have at Yale. All of them are versed in magic. They have some sort of specialty. So leigh is kind of like the police society who monitors the activity of all the other societies to make sure they're not doing anything illegal, they're not murdering people, basically making sure that they're being ethical and legal in the way they use their magic. There is a murder that happens shortly after Alex joins, and she is basically trying to solve the mystery of this murder. The only two criticisms I had: the complex layout and architectural descriptions and the slow beginning, but everything else about the book was phenomenal. Alex's character development was really well written. I loved seeing her fight the past Alex and fight the past that she had in order to do some good in her life. I would really highly recommend this. I guarantee you will not be bored of this story with all the plot twists and all the turns. There are some trigger warnings that I wasn't aware of going into the story. Obviously it's dark academia, but it's so dark, so twisted, so messed up. So even despite knowing that this is dark academia, I never knew how dark it was. That is this whole video. Thank you for watching my reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys have read Ninth House. Let me know if you've read Hellbent and whether you think, no, that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna let you guys convince me to go buy Hellbent, but let me know if you guys liked Ninth House, liked Hellbent, and what you guys think of the series so far. Also, please, if you think of any trigger warnings for this series, please put it down below so people are aware of them. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!